Yeah, what up, y'all? It's your boy Severe. Hit it, y'all, with another quick reaction. We got Jaguar Wright going in on Diddy and Jay-Z. You know when she talk, you better listen. Before we get into it, y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, drop a comment, y'all. Let's get busy.
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up because he's the acceptable monster at this time.
Who's Sean Carter? I would just say that's the center. That's the center, and actually the businessman. That's what they call me when they want to talk business.
Jaguar Wright is back in the spotlight with a bang. In a recent explosive interview, she dropped some bombshell revelations about Jay-Z's alleged involvement in Diddy's recent misfortunes. So what exactly did she say?
I can't wait. I can't wait for everybody to find out what's really been going on in the background.
In a recent interview, Jaguar made bold accusations, suggesting that Jay-Z orchestrated the downfall of Diddy. These claims have sparked intense debate and speculation within the music industry. Jaguar, known for her candid commentary, did not mince her words as she delved into the alleged manipulation and exploitation within the music business. During the
Go and pause it right there. In case y'all know who Jaguar Wright is, she's a former singer, background singer, as far as I know, and she got the tea on the industry, you heard me? I mean, she got the tea. Y'all need to look her up, but she on Diddy neck, she on Jay-Z neck mostly, yeah, I mean? Everything came out against Diddy. Jay-Z ain't been nowhere to been frowned. That's his homie, supposedly, man. What we doing, man? Seriously. What?
Jaguar raised crucial questions, probing the timing and motives behind Diddy's current predicament.
So why does it all come to a head now? Why now? Why?
Because he's the acceptable monster at this time.
During her candid conversation, Wright drew parallels to the handling of controversial figures in the industry, drawing comparisons to R. Kelly's downfall and hinting at an alleged pattern orchestrated by Jay-Z. And when asked about who might be next in line within this purported series of orchestrated events, Wright pointedly mentioned Sean Diddy Combs, suggesting that Jay-Z was setting him up for a fall.
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up.
Wright went on to detail a sequence of alleged manipulations by Jay-Z, referencing past associates and collaborators. According to her claims, Jay-Z had lined up figures like Damon Dash and the late Notorious Big, supposedly stealing their life and identity. These accusations bring forth a
Oh yeah, let's get into it. You know we ain't doing that. Check this out, right? I mean, it's just opened my eyes just like a couple years ago, smoking a blunt, thinking, I mean, I really pegged this man as a true artist, man. I can't even look at him the same no more, y'all, for real. That man done bit off everybody. Big L, Biggie, Slick Rick, Nas. I mean, really, man.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
And some of the songs that I like of his, he done bit. He done bite
Hey, yo,
off,
what
man.
the fuck?
He stole it from somebody else, man. Be for real. I think his whole catalog is a fraud now to me, man.
narrative of betrayal and power dynamics within the music industry's upper echelons. He lined up D. Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Beigel, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life identity, and took his love, Wright stated, painting a picture of calculated actions against key figures in rap history. The most shocking assertion made by Wright was her insinuation that Jay-Z's intentions extended to R. Kelly, another embattled figure in the music industry. He wants to be the one, she claimed, hinting at Jay-Z's alleged desire for dominance or control within the narrative of these high-profile incidents. So, is there any truth to what Jaguar is claiming? Well, let's start with the case of R. Kelly. One person who was allegedly sold out by Jay-Z was convicted singer R. Kelly. For context, in the wake of his sentencing to 30 years in prison for ST and racketeering, the disgraced singer recently filed an appeal in his New York federal crimes case. Documents obtained by TMZ revealed that the 56-year-old artist had put forth multiple arguments in his bid to overturn his conviction, ranging from assertions of a potentially biased jury to claims of being misled about the ages of the minors he had relationships with.
And I'm going to pause it right there, man. From Jump Street, this man been dating underage women. You already know, starting with Aaliyah, man. And then had all these allegations out. And him dating Aaliyah was at the time where she was with Dame Dash. So your chest tried to slide in and take her, you know what I mean? And then on top of it, Jay-Z tried to talk to her, man. That ain't your man, man.
Hey,
What
yo, what the fuck?
appeal filed by his attorney Jennifer Bonjon sought to have the convictions reversed or to secure a new trial. Kelly's legal team contended that the government had failed to meet its burden of proof during the trial, despite the jury finding him guilty on all counts following nearly 6 weeks of proceedings. A key point in Kelly's appeal was the allegation that at least 2 jurors had watched Surviving R. Kelly, a documentary released in 2019 which featured accounts from his accusers. His lawyers argued that this documentary, funded by Jay-Z and allegedly provided to the jurors, could have biased their judgment, especially given Kelly's legal history with Jay-Z. Moreover, Kelly disputed the ages of the girls involved, claiming that some were at least 18 years old when their interactions with him began. His legal team asserted that in cases where the girls were minors, Kelly had been misled about their ages. Kelly's defense also contested the admissibility of certain evidence presented during the trial, arguing that irrelevant details about his personal life unfairly influenced the jury. They maintained that discussions about his sexual history, preferences, and past relationships were prejudicial and unrelated to...
I'm going to pause it right there. Ain't too many things presidential when you do it more than once, or the allegations are more than one, man. Underage girls, there have been more speculations about this man about underage girls. And then here you go doing what you doing, and Jay-Z, I mean, not only he was trying to talk to Aaliyah, he did a tour with R. Kelly, the best of both worlds, you know what I mean? Come on, man, what we doing?
Charges he faced. Additionally, Kelly raised objections to the testimony provided by his former associates, alleging that they had misrepresented facts and testified on matters beyond their knowledge. Now, selling out people is not something that is new to Jay-Z. In fact, he even betrayed his best friend DeHaven Irby back in the day. In fact, DeHaven was so scarred by the betrayal that he warned all of Jay's closest pals to be on the lookout.
Easy for Jay to turn his back on me. You think Dame stood a chance? You think Jazzo stood a chance? You think Source Money stood a chance? You think all the rest of them, you think they stood a chance?
In a 2007 interview with Vulture, Irby revealed that much of the life Jay-Z rapped about, he didn't actually live. He insinuated that the Brooklyn rapper was a low-level dealer and...
Facts. I've heard that on multiple occasions too. He tried to play a big-time drug dealer. He's taking pieces of life of everybody else and trying to make it his own, man. He ain't even built like that for real, man. Come on, man.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Like the kingpin Jigga portrayed himself to be. I'm telling you, he over-exaggerates. He was there to see things, but doing some big-time Frank Lucas type thing? No, Irby explained. He nickeled and dimed, but nothing on a major scale. He definitely didn't sell nothing in Marcy. Spanish Jose, who he mentions a lot in his songs, was a friend of mine. Jay didn't have no affiliation to Spanish Jose. The former nose candy dealer even alluded to Jay-Z admitting that he appropriated Irby's life. He's been talking about me since day one on a lot of his albums. He mentioned me on the Black album, and I hadn't seen him in years. DeHaven Irby has been a public critic of his former best friend Jay-Z for years. When he was released from prison, he sounded off in a series of YouTube videos about how Jay had abandoned him in 1998 when he was hit with federal drug conspiracy charges.
Facts. Him and his man slinging on the corner, yeah, I mean, and Jay got a song about that too, yeah, I mean, one of my favorite songs, man. I can't, yo. I could never take this man seriously. I always been a Nas fan. Y'all let me know in the chat what y'all think. What? Man.
Last year, Irby accused the first hip-hop artist to become a billionaire of working with the feds. People should know that some hip-hop artists have beaten federal cases by becoming government informants, Irby said. As far as the affiliation with him, Jay-Z dealing with government informants, that's no secret at all. Do I think it's crazy that nobody brings that subject up? Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, of course they affiliating with them people, Irby said during an interview on the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. The more I look at it and the more I understand it more and more, that's why I'm not a part of that. It seems to be clearer and clearer each time. It would have been impossible for Jay-Z to avoid doing prison time if he wasn't working with the feds, Irby said. It's just impossible for me to understand how they don't have Jay and they got all these conversations with him. It just don't make sense. It'll never make sense to me. Irby added that Roc Nation's willingness to hire Desiree Perez as chief operating officer in 2008 and promote her to CEO in 2019, despite knowing she was a government informant in the 1990s, is further proof that the revered hip-hop company is in bed with the U.S. government.
Yeah, let's go and stop right there. Even with Puffy, some of Puffy staffs are informants too, in case you don't know, man. All these celebrities are starting to be informants and flip on each other, man. I mean, they all want y'all to go against each other, to destroy each other till there's nothing left. Then what, man? What we doing, man? All these informants, all these snitches, man. Y'all better watch who you hang around, man. Rick, you going for that?
No, sir. Not me.
Already know, big homie. This is crazy.
else he gonna do? When you working with them, what else you gonna do? She gonna be around. That's what's just like suspicious to me. Homegirl got a strong position in there, and it's crazy that you know her background and you know what we stand for.
What?
So it's just self-explanatory. You gotta be working with them, Irby continued. Far as I'm concerned, Rock Nation is run by the government. Irby went on to say, I'll call a spade all day. At the end of the day, there's no way possible you can sit and tell me on my case that they ain't got no conversations with Jay Heavy at all. It don't make no sense. At some point, they got a hold of him and he's been working ever since. Anyway, another person who was allegedly betrayed by Jay-Z is Dame Dash. Dame Dash and Jay-Z seem like a match made in hip-hop heaven. It all started with a chance introduction. DJ Clark Kent, a friend of both Jay-Z and Dame Dash, played a pivotal role in bringing them together. He saw potential in the budding rapper and saw a spark between him and Dame. Dame Dash, already managing a group called Original Flavor, immediately clicked with Jay-Z over their shared passion for sneakers. It wasn't long before they were inseparable. Their friendship solidified by their mutual love for music and ambition.
What?
Their journey wasn't an overnight success. Before they could conquer the music industry, they hustled on the streets of New York, selling Jay-Z's records out of car trunks and barbershops. It was a grassroots effort, fueled by their determination to make it big. Jay-Z even made a cameo in one of Original Flavor's music videos, showcasing his raw talent and magnetic presence. Their big break came with Jay-Z's first single, In My Lifetime. Despite initial setbacks with a failed record deal, they refused to be deterred. Instead, they doubled down on their efforts, leveraging their connections and street smarts to navigate the industry's challenges. Their perseverance paid off when they secured a distribution deal with Freeze Records and Priority, setting the stage for the launch of Rockefeller Records. The name Rockefeller wasn't just a nod to wealth, it was a symbol of their journey from the streets to the boardroom. Inspired by John D. Rockefeller, the world's first billionaire, it embodied their aspirations for success, but it also carried a
In the words of my man Nas, Rockefeller died of AIDS. That was the end of his chapter. And that's the guy you chose to name your company after? What? Come on, man.
Hey, yo,
what
what
we
the
doing,
fuck?
man? He a biter. He's just so much stuff now. And then wearing his hair like that. 50 say he want to be just like a gay painter, man. What we doing, man?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
deeper meaning, referencing Jay-Z's past and the harsh realities of New York's drug laws. Contrary to popular belief, Rockefeller wasn't built on drug money. It was a legitimate enterprise from day one, funded by the proceeds from their early music ventures. With their newfound independence, Jay-Z and Dame Dash set out to disrupt the music industry, forging their path to success on their terms. Their partnership with Def Jam Records was a game changer. Instead of signing a traditional deal, they negotiated a unique arrangement that gave them unprecedented control over their music. By selling a stake in Rockefeller to Universal for $1.5 million, they retained ownership of their masters and secured a favorable split on royalties. This strategic move proved to be a masterstroke, propelling Rockefeller to new heights of success. Jay-Z's albums from Reasonable Doubt to Vol 2, Hard Knock Life dominated the charts, earning critical acclaim and commercial success. Hits like Big Pimpin' and Hard Knock Life, Ghetto Anthem, solidified his status as a rap icon, leaving an indelible mark on the 90s music scene. Between 2002 and 2004, Damon Dash went on a tier starting companies, signing new artists and generally living the life of a super successful hip-hop mogul. He had amassed an army of mega-talented future stars like Kanye West, Cameron, and Beanie Siegel. Rockefeller had survived the 9/11 attacks, which happened the same day Jay's album The Blueprint debuted, Jay-Z's arrest on assault charges, and the tragic death of Dash's girlfriend Aaliyah. Rocawear had expanded to 5 different clothing and shoe lines and was bringing in $350 to $450 million per year in annual sales. Damon was even producing movies like the critically acclaimed Kevin Bacon film The Woodsman. Fittingly, Dash lived a very opulent life that reportedly included butlers, private chefs, bodyguards, a mansion in Beverly.
And I'm going to pause it right here, man. I don't know what went on behind the scenes with them two, man. But the way I look at it, yo, Jay-Z screwed Dame over 100 times over. After everything he did for him, it's like Jay got big and just went behind his back and just started doing him and said, forget Dame, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
A Tribeca loft, a $35,000 per month London apartment, and a $400,000 Maybach. Dash was also famous for only wearing his shoes, socks, jeans, and shirts once, before tossing them away. Unfortunately, all was not well with the one person who mattered most. Damon's most talented artist and business partner, Jay-Z. Jay had increasingly grown tired of Damon's ever-growing ego and paranoia. The employees at Rockefeller, Def Jam, and Rocawear were terrified of Damon's never-ending temper tantrums over the smallest of issues. He fired dozens of talented executives and burned bridges left and right. For his part, Damon Damon began to resent Jay's increasing distance from their company and new alliance with Def Jam honcho Liar Cohen. Rumors flew throughout 2002 and 2004 that Damon and Jay were breaking up and no longer speaking. Tensions came to a head after Jay-Z and Kareem Burke refused to allow Damon to spend $3 million on a single print ad campaign for Armadale Vodka featuring Kevin Bacon and Naomi Campbell. From that point on, Jay and Damon really were not speaking anymore. Damon was also being excluded from many high-profile meetings at Def Jam regarding his own artists. The writing was on the...
There's video footage out where with Def Jam meeting and Rockaware officials meeting, and Def Jam meeting, they talking about Rockefeller, but ain't nobody from Rockefeller in the meeting, not even Dame, man. What we doing, man? Come on, man.
On December 24th, 2004, Jay-Z asked his old friend Damon Dash to meet him at an Italian restaurant in Manhattan called Da Silvano. Prior to this meeting, the three Rockefeller founders had already agreed to sell their label to Def Jam for $10 million. But Dash was shocked by another piece of the deal that he did not see coming. Each partner would take home $3 million, but only Jay would be promoted to be the president of Def Jam. Even worse, Jay refused to allow Dash to keep the Rockefeller name. The final blow occurred when all of Rockefeller's artists were offered the option to stay with Jay at Def Jam or go with Damon to a new label of his own forming. Most artists, including future superstar Kanye West, chose to stay with Jay. The few artists who went with Dash to his new label saw their albums bomb on the charts, and the new record label venture quickly imploded. On the other hand, Damon and Jay were still connected via Rockaware. They each still owned 25% of the company. After the Kevin Bacon-Naomi Campbell fiasco, Dash was invited to a meeting at an upscale hotel room in New York. When he asked why they were meeting at a hotel room instead of the Rockaware offices, the partners replied, "So no one will hear you scream." By the end of the meeting, Dash was expelled from the company with a $22 million buyout that reportedly only resulted in $7 million in cash. Between 2004 and 2009, Damon launched and shuttered a string of failed ventures. His new record company, Rock La Familia, folded, as did clothing line The Damon Dash Collection. Shockingly, by April 2009, Damon Dash, who at his peak had an estimated personal net worth of $50 million, was flat broke. Anyway, if you find it hard to believe anything that Jaguar Wright has been claiming, please keep this in mind. Jaguar isn't just some random gossip monger. She was actually there behind the scenes with Jay when he was hustling in the music business. She even worked for him as a background singer, appearing in that infamous 2001 MTV Unplugged live album. And get this, Jaguar reportedly dated none other than Big L, the Harlem legend who initially signed to Columbia Records but got dropped in '96. Rumor has it Big L caught the eye of Dame Dash, a Rockefeller co-founder, and talks were underway about a potential group deal. But then tragedy struck. Big L was gunned down in Harlem, and his unalivement remains unsolved. According to Jaguar, Big L's death was just the beginning of a string of mysterious incidents that paved Jay-Z's way to the top. Big L met his demise in a drive-by shooting on February 15th, 1999. He was shot 9 times, 5 in the chest and 4 in the face. The police named a few people as suspects, but ultimately landed on Gerard Woodley, Big L's childhood friend, as the main suspect. He was arrested 3 months after the shooting, but was released for lack of evidence.
And that's the end of the clip, man. That is crazy. Let's go to intermission. Oh, Jay-Z whole rap career, and it's just been a fraud, man. He's just been taking pieces of people's lives and making it his own, man. Just like Steve Harvey, man. It's like your life is so boring. You gotta take people's lives and make it your own, man. And that's not right, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. This is crazy, man. Before we get out of here, y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, drop a comment. This is Smoke and Talk Podcast, LLC. I'm your boy, Severe. I'm gone, y'all.
Now listen, that's called motherfucking bars, nigga. You know nothing about that.